Morning, ladies and gentlemen, and compliments of the season to you from all of us here at Headingley. A fine, crisp Boxing Day morning, a little bit of frost on the pitch, but the undersoil leading's been on. The conditions just about perfect for rugby league football. For both these sides coming to this game on the back of a win, Trinity astounded the whole of the rugby league world this week when they defeated Warrington in that encounter on Wednesday evening, and Leeds, of course, not playing for 3 weeks, but sign of better things to come when they went down and completely outplayed a dispirited Sheffield Eagles side. So Leeds have a couple of players welcome back today. Gary Schofield comes in for Craig Guinness at centre, and Neil Harmon is back on the substitutes bench for his first appearance for some time. I'll run through the teams for you. For Leeds, Alan Tady's at full-back, with Jim Fallon, Kevin Iro, Gary Schofield and Francis Cummins making up the three quarters. Graham Holroyd and Gareth Stevens are halves. Mike O'Neill, James Lowes and Gary Rose are front three. Gary Mercer, Richie Ayres, Ellery Hanley make up the pack, with Marcus Vasilakopoulos and Neil Harmon the subs. For Wakefield, well, they have Gary Spencer, former Leeds player, at number 1, a former Leeds player as well at number 2, and number 3, Lee Child and Andy Mason. Gary Christie from Oldham is at 4, Andy Wilson is at 5. Henry Paul, the junior Kiwi, is at 6, and Billy Conway at 7. Steve Durham, Matt Fuller and Ian Marlowe make up the pack. That's the Australian Fuller and the 2 former Hull players, Durham and Marlowe. Nigel Bell, Dave Woods, Richard Slater, the back 3 with Chris Bibb, Simon from Featherstone and Paul Round making up the pack, making up the subs. Colin Morris is a referee for today's encounter. I'd just like to thank our big match hosts today at Headingley. It's a shared big match host today for the Boxing Day encounter. And that's Ellanders UK Limited, Specialist Princes, and NSM UK and Tic Tac Toe. And just having the mascots now being lined up there for the presentation. Today's mascot is Steve Maggie Pinto. He's age 8. He's from Cuckridge Primary School. His favourite player is Gary Schofield. So he'll be delighted that Gary's back in the frame today. Well, the associate sponsors for today's game are Richard Cavadino and Associates, and the match ball sponsor is the Leeds Liners Guild. So I'd like to be on behalf of everyone at Leeds Rugby League Club, that's the management, the directors, the players and the staff, to wish you all a Merry Christmas, what's left of it, and a very happy 1994. And on behalf of myself and Russ Callaghan at Image TV, that goes for us all the best for 1994. So we've got Graham Holroyd, a big game for Graham Holroyd today, up against junior Kiwi Henry Paul. A great crowd, a great atmosphere, the kick-off delayed. And it's Andy Wilson immediately in his stride, trying to run that ball out of defence and straight into Gary Rose. Good tackling from Rose. And Steve Durham knocked to the ground there. A good 3-man tackle from Leeds. Half the pack coming in there in these early stages. The forwards will test each other out. Nigel Bell goes on a dummy run and Ian Marlowe takes the ball. So Trinity have got just about 30 metres from their line. Billy Conway, a suspiciously forward pass, but Colin Morris miles away from the action. That's kicked downfield by Henry Paul. Alan Tate picking up there, and a great tackle coming in from Mark Fuller. Jim Fallon. And Jim will be encouraged by that great try of his at Sheffield Eagles. 75 yards. Mercer. And played just on the halfway line. And a penalty there to Leeds in the first minute of this game for holding down in the tackle. And Graham Holroyd will kick for touch. Puts Leeds on the attack. A good drive forward there from Gary Rose. Holroyd slips the ball lovely for Mike O'Neill. Well, James Lowes takes the only option open to him there. Goes himself, driving for that line. Good play there from the hooker at acting half-back. Stevens gives the ball to Hanley. Hanley struggles, looks to go himself there. The long ball's out for Fallon. Fallon's going for the corner, and he's in for the try. That's a try immediately to Leeds. 2 minutes gone, Jim Fallon in. Good strength shown there by Jim Fallon, and lovely play from Melanie Hanley. So Leeds then, just watch that one again there on the replay. As the ball comes out to Melanie Hanley. He dummies to go forward, uses his sheer physical strength to push him across the field. And a long ball out there found Jim Fallon with a lot to do, but his strength took him over in the corner. So great start for Leeds, just a Christmas present they will have wanted. Side of Jim Fallon, over in the corner, 4 points to 0, and only 2 minutes gone. Kick goes wide. So it's Wakefield with Henry Paul again to kick off. There had been substitution for Gary Spencer, the former Leeds player. Again gets the game restarted, and Gareth Stevens gives Gary Mercer it quickly in his stride. Mercer, but again that's good tackling from Wakefield, from Big Ian Marlowe. Fallon, and pushed back in his own 20-metre area. Fallon, Mike O'Neill. Leeds using the forwards to drive out there. Nigel Bell. Mike O'Neill gets across the advantage line. Ayres, short balls for Ayres. And Ayres looking to offload in the tackle there. That's back for Holroyd, and Holroyd will put the kick in. That again splits the full-back, which is Chris Bibb, so Featherstone have a full-back for a full-back on at the moment. And good kicking chase game from Leeds. Andy Wilson, former Queen's player, scored the winning try against Warrington on Wednesday evening. Fuller breaks away from acting half, makes a good 10 metres. Conway finds Paul. And Paul and Christie getting in the middle there, and the ball ends up over the touchline side. So the first scrum of the game will form. It'll be head and ball to Leeds. Gareth Stevens has the ball in his hands. Holroyd. It's a lovely ball out there to Schofield. Schofield finds Alan Tate in the line. Tate taking men on, finds Iro. Iro trying to use his considerable bulk to bust his way through there. The cover coming back for Wakefield. Mercer. Some tremendous games. Gary Mercer being the player of the month in each of the first 3 months of the season. And well worth the award. Gary Rose. Gareth Stevens finds him Tate there. That's good play from Leeds. Good play from Tate. Hanley. And he scores himself, Hanley there. And there's been pulled back by Christie. And Gary Mercer, the judge, to have interfered there, pushing men off Ellery Hanley. So Wakefield get their first penalty of the game. And Henry Paul, the junior Kiwi, finds touch 10 metres inside the Wakefield half of the field. Durham. Laws and Mike O'Neill bringing him down. Wakefield with a roll on there, Ian Marlowe. 4 Leeds men in at the tackle. Conway. Inside balls for Paul. For the drop off and Ellery Hanley. Bringing him down. Just play 30 metres from that Leeds line. Billy Conway again. Oh, and a great tackle there from Gareth Stevens on David Woods. That's good sweeping up play by Stevens. Behind the man there. Paul again. Paul down went up to the last tackle. Billy Conway. That's a great kick from Billy Conway. That's right under the post. 6 more tackles, Wakefield in possession. Tate's injured in that skirmish, so we'll have to see what the referee decides now. I think that could be a sin bin in for Ellery Hanley. It's Ellery Hanley. So Hanley adjudged to the sin bin for the professional foul. He'll lay the Wakefield contingent. There's a lot of them here this morning. So Wakefield will take the 2 points with Billy Conway, or the 2 points that are on offer. So Leeds will have to manage without the skipper Ellery Hanley for the next 10 minutes. 8 minutes gone. And Conway could reduce the score to 4 points to 2. And successfully converts there, so it's 4 points to 2 with that penalty to Conway. Four points to 2 then. 8 minutes gone here on this Boxing Day encounter, traditional Boxing Day encounter. Wakefield for many years, the traditional foes from Leeds. Andy Wilson stops the ball with his boot. He's pushed back there by Mike O'Neill. That's good tackling from Leeds. On Andy Wilson. Henry Paul, good tackling from Hayes. The Leeds well fired up to keep Wakefield back in this 10 metres. Durham. Running hard and straight there, Steve Durham. Marlowe looks to dodge his way, but again the 2 props bringing him out. Prop in the back row, Manez and Rose bringing him down. And Conway unceremoniously dumps. He tried to go through the gap there with Gary Mercer and James Lowes. Back to Paul for the kick. Tate, the ball sits up rather invitingly for Alan Tate. Francis Cummins on a run, skipping, dancing his way through there. Got that ball. Ball went backwards, Mercer. Now it's Wakefield's time to defend manfully. That's good defence from Wakefield, keeping Leeds penned within 10 metres of where the ball landed from the kick. Hayes. All right now. Oh, he's through the gap there, all right. Still going, Graham, all right. The touch sheet says Graham all right went into touch. But he seemed certainly from up here to release the ball before he was in there. A good play from Allroyd. Wakefield winning their first scrum heel, and Sandy Wilson coming away. Leeds packed quickly out there, Nigel Bell. And one of the unsung heroes. Wakefield Trinity played in just about every position for Wakefield. They're just on halfway. Henry Paul. Inside balls for Mason. And the tackles by Gary Mercer. Conway again using the short side. So up to the last tackle, and again we'll back for Henry Paul. Paul kicks. And Tate's got plenty of time to stop that ball and pick it up, and Paul following up quickly. Nails Tate just on that 20-metre line. Gareth Stevens. Finding Jim Fallon. Mercer. Stevens now looks to run himself, taking the ball forward, looks to wriggle out of the tackle, but Christie pulls him down. All right. It's a lovely ball for Schofield. The ball's for Tate in the line. Tate's got Cummins coming inside. Francis Cummins is away there. Good running from Cummins. To Schofield, and he's going to mark his comeback with a try. He's got his Schofield. Over for the try. Great play there. Lovely play from Gary Schofield. Alan Tate. So Schofield back in his old position as centre. Comes up with a try. The Leeds down to 12 men. So we just watched that again in the video. That move started when Graham Allroyd put Schofield away. His long delayed pass sent to Alan Tate into the gap. Cummins came inside, did ever so well, Francis Cummins, and who was on his right hand shoulder? Master poacher, Gary Schofield. And over for the try in the corner. So that's good play from Leeds. Try from their own half of the field. And the applause of the North Standers. Gary Schofield walks back, is well justified. He was in that move twice there. So 13 minutes gone then. It's Leeds 8. Wakefield Trinity 2. Graham Holroyd, with the sun in his eyes as he kicks towards the... And he's popped this one wide. So Wakefield Trinity again looking to kick off. So Gareth Stevens, Heinz Mercer in. Good kick off there from Wakefield. And Leeds playing football in their own 20 metres. Oh, Mike O'Neill, that's good driving there from O'Neill. Gary Rose. Hayes, that's a good short ball for Hayes off the floor there. And Hayes making the most of that. Jimmy Lowe's chose a dummy, goes himself. Oh, and a flopper there coming in over on that far side. So all right, we'll put the kick in. Nigel Bell. Is he going to score, Nigel Bell? To try there, Allroyd's kick charge down. And Leeds can be very unlucky with that one there. That's a try to Nigel Bell there. It's bounced awkwardly for Alan Tate. So Leeds have played all the best football in this opening spell, but suddenly find themselves what could be level on points as Billy Conway lines up this kick. So they'll be disappointed with that one, Leeds. Allroyd's kick charge down there. It was well juggled by the first Wakefield player who took that ball. Minutes gone then. And Wakefield with that try to Bell. And Conway pops that one over, so it's 8 points all. Kick off again. Henry Paul. Woods comes powering out there, and Mercy just picked up a knock in the tackle. Paul again, turning round, twisting in the tackle. And a penalty given against Leeds there. Pulling the ball out, says the referee, Colin Morris. So they're Hanley back on the field and Leeds up to a full complement. Steve Dedham. Oh, and Colin Morris there. Well, he was come there, Colin Morris, because the Wakefield didn't play the ball when they should have done. But it should have been an illegal play the ball penalty to Leeds. But he's got Leeds offside there, and Wakefield will attempt to take the lead. It's the fourth penalty of the game to Trinity. And Leeds just scored 2 tries to 1 and could find themselves behind on points here. And the Australian contingent at Wakefield here are shouting encouragement to the rest of the team. Oh, Billy Conway. He's played in some epic encounters here. And he kicks it, so Leeds are behind for the first time in the game. For Billy Conway. Three goals on the Nigel Bell try, and so Leeds, who suddenly found themselves 8-2 up in the space of 3 minutes, find themselves 8-10 down. Lloyd's kick is picked up by Henry Paul. Good driving out there by Woods, the Australian. Marlowe now. Wakefield beginning to find some confidence. They were rocked back by the 2 early Leeds tries. Ball coming across the line. Fallon comes in. And a knock on. And the tackle by Gary Christie. We'll see a scrum forming just inside the Wakefield Trinity half of the field. They head and ball the Leeds. The scrums at the moment tied at 1 each, but Wakefield will have a 4-1 advantage in the penalties. Colin Morris not happy with the pats. And I don't really see why, because that won't be any different to this time the ball goes in. Clear up there, penalty awarded to Leeds. So Allroyd kicks forward. And Leeds will take that tap right on that 20-metre line. Well, yes, Mr. Morris, the crowd have seen you this morning. Fallon twisting, turning, but can't make much further than the 8 metres or so. Mike O'Neill will drive forward. Hanley, short ball there, it's to put Ayres through the gap. Ayres has lost the ball in the tackle. Henry Paul picks up for Wakefield. And a Wakefield player injured there in that skirmish. Lee Child, first touch of the ball for him since he came back to Headingley as a Wakefield Trinity player. Never made the first team at Leeds. Woods. Dedham. Hanley. Good tackling from Hanley. 1-to-1 tackle there by Ellery Hanley. Ian Marlowe. Former Beverley Rugby Union player. Signed by Brian Smith while he was in charge at the Boulevard. Paul again on the 6th tackle will kick. That ball will drive Leeds really back there. That's a good kick there. Francis Cummins is who picks up. Tate. Oh, that's a good run from Alan Tate. And the ball kicked in the touch there, so Tate's pass just been knocked down by a Wakefield play. That'll be head and ball to Leeds. And Wakefield, the defence looked to have opened up there for Alan Tate. Wakefield soon to have a substitution. Paul Round coming on for number 13, Richard Slater. And what they'll lose out in the tackling stakes of losing Slater, they'll make up for in the running of Paul Round. Fallon comes inside, stuck around Henry Paul as if he wasn't there. And Paul just taking a knock. Iro. All offside, so Leeds at last get a penalty. In open play. All right, kick. Right on the roof of the stand. 25 metres from that line. Gary Rose. Swung round there by Durham in the tackle. All right, with the ball in his hands. Lovely ball to Hanley. Hanley trying to go through there. Stevens finds Holroyd. Holroyd again finds Schofield and cover just up there on Schofield as he took that ball. Mercer runs himself from acting there. Looking to make progress. 10 metres from the line now, Leeds. They switch the ball to the left. There's a lot of men there. Richie Ayres pushing for that line, just a metre short. Last tackle coming up. Kicks in for Mercer, but that's too far. Well, he's had an overlap on the far side there. And Wakefield with a quick tap here will find Durham. And Mike O'Neill makes the tackle. Nigel Bell up to halfway. Henry Paul. Wood straightening up there, just step Mercer, but Mike O'Neill was there to clean up. Paul Round. Well, what's Colin Morris deciding there? Well, he's decided that Ellery Hanley knocked that ball down. Well, that's incredible. So it'll be head and ball to Wakefield. And again, the referee not happy with the scrum. Paul. It's a drop-off ball there for Andy Mason. Wakefield, that's good football. Gary Spencer. A good tackle required by his opposite number, Alan Tate, there to stop that move. Nigel Bell. Conway. Durham. Wakefield keeping the ball moving now as Conway looks to jink. Almost through there, Conway. Christie. For the gap there. Just play just inside the Leeds 20-metre area, and Wakefield pressing strongly now. Henry Paul. It's a kick through. Oh, great take by Alan Tate. Superb play there from Alan Tate. Jim Fallon. And Marlowe wildly in at the tackle. Mercer. And Wakefield well fired up to keep Leeds penned down in this 20 metres. James Lawes goes himself. And takes some pulling down, Lawes. The Wakefield defences. Hanley can't get the ball away in the tackle. Up to the last tackle now. The ball is back for Allroyd, and he doesn't make a mistake this time. That's a high spinning kick. Again, that splits the defence. Gary Spencer has to come back and pick up for Wakefield. And Wakefield have Nigel Bell injured. Lee Child. Henry Paul. All right. And Cummins, the two youngsters in the lead side, bringing him down. "28 minutes gone then, Wakefield still leading by those 10 points to 8, courtesy of the 3 penalties and the try to Nigel Bell. Woods comes charging through there. Spencer up to the last tackle, and Wakefield putting it together now. Henry Paul. And that's a drop goal attempt that Leeds can safely let spin out. So Leeds will have a tap there, and big Kevin Ido will drive the ball out. Almost through the gap there, Ido. A good tackle coming in from Marlowe. Schofield. Mike O'Neill. Mercer. Oh, he's away, Gary Mercer. That's good running from Mercer. 40-metre run there from Gary Mercer. Fallon quickly finds Hanley. The play come from one end of the field, the other 20 metres out. Leeds have men stacked up on that side. Measured kick from Allroyd, but it's goes into touch. So that's scumbled from 10 metres from the Leeds line. It'll be a heading ball to Trinity. And again, the referee not happy with the scrum. Feet up. So we had 2 penalties at the scrum this morning for feet up. Marlowe. Good driving from the big hull props. The big, ex-hull props. It's another one there. That pass looks suspiciously forward. Billy Conway finds round. Henry Paul. And a knock on, a judge there. It certainly didn't look a knock on from up here. A penalty there for arguing. So what would have become a scrum becomes a penalty to Leeds. Now James Lawes. And no doubt Jim Fallon will try and drive this ball forward. Next play under the 20 metres. Allroyd finds Hanley. And James Lawes knocks on this time, so a bit of a comedy of errors this morning, but it's very cold out there. So Wakefield with heading ball at the scrum. It's one against the head there. takes in the line, stepping, weaving. Mercer. Oh, can Leeds make this advantage tell? 10 metres from the line, Gary Mercer. Held short there. Good tackling from Wakefield. All right. Stevens. Ball for Schofield. Schofield, Iredale. Oh, what a great tackle on Iredale by Andy Mason. Cheers. It's the goal. Yes, and that's a try in the corner there to Francis Cummins. Lovely ball from Ayres as he was tackled there. Cummins struggled with the ball, but that's Leeds back in the lead. The third try of the morning. It's a lovely play there, Leeds switching that ball. Looked like Kevin Iredale had done enough to get through, but Iredale just pushed the ball away. So on 33 minutes, Cummins puts Leeds back in the lead, and another difficult kick for Graham Allred. It's from the touchline side, the sun's in his eyes. It's coming across the face of the goals, and it's hit the post, but it's in, and Allred will be delighted with that. It's his first one this morning. So 14 points to 10 then. Leeds back in the lead, and Wakefield, because they've got Richard Slater coming on. In fact, I think they've changed their mind. We're not having a substitution. So Henry Paul with a long deep kick, which again finds Gareth Stevens. Again, Gary Mercer runs out. Good defence from Wakefield. Fallon. Fallon almost away there, just fell over as he attempted to beat the last man. Short ball there is for Mike O'Neill. Done well since he came back into the fold, Mike O'Neill. Stevens. Runs with the ball, goes himself. That's good running from Stevens. But such a better player when he runs with that ball. And Lloyd's kick again. Splits the winger and the fullback. Andy Wilson. Played the ball to himself there, Fuller. It's good. Conway finds round. James Lowes is down injured for Leeds. Enter. Billy Conway spots the gap for McTinair. Pulled down by Schofield. Back for Durham. Puts up the bomb. Safely taken by Alan Tate. There'll be a suspicion of offside from Nigel Bell. And Wakefield all caught offside. The penalties even themselves up at 5-all, and the scrums also at 3-all, with Leeds taking the one against the head. And then Mulroyd is going to be kicking up towards our gantry position. And that's good touch finding kick from Mulroyd, not the highest, but certainly made a lot of ground there. Vasilakopoulos is on as James Lowes goes off. Fallon. Straight through the first line of defence, Fallon. Iro. Mercer. A long ball out there, lovely long ball out for Cummins, who'll step and come inside. But he's well policed there by Henry Paul. Bass goes himself on the field for James Lowes. Schofield, Stevens. Oh, lovely ball there, and Holroyd goes himself now. That's given a great pass there to Iro. Just gliding through the gap there, Graham Holroyd. And again, taking charge of things now with Gareth Stevens. Takes over for a try. Great try to Leeds. Lovely play there from Mike O'Neill. Gareth Stevens passed that ball as he was falling down. Great play there. For Leeds, another try in this half. This time it's to Alan Tate. So 4 tries there. Just watch that ball try again as the ball comes across there. Gareth Stevens did ever so well as he was almost on the floor. Passed up there, Mike O'Neill. The ball in, Alan Tate had a lot to do when he got the ball, but again the strength and pace took him over for Leeds' 4th try of the morning. So 4 tries, 2-1. 38 minutes, so will ensure that Leeds go into the half time with the lead. Holroyd. Just shaving the post, so not a good kicking day for Graham Holroyd this morning. Tough. 18-10 then, so Richard Slater comes back on for Nigel Bell. And this time Henry Paul's kicked straight into the arms of Kevin Iro, as changing the options. Francis Cummins straightening up. Still only 16, Francis Cummins. Done tremendously well in his first season here. Remember, he was only at school last year, as was this man in at the tackle, Vasilakopoulos. Gary Rose. Hanley out of 2 tackles there. The strength of the man's incredible. Alan Tate looks to find a gap there. Richie Hayes. The Leeds looking to play football, looking to move the ball about. And Tate sensibly boots that ball downfield. It'll outbeat everyone and run dead. It gets Wakefield back up on that 20-metre line. Andy Wilson. Can only be a couple of minutes left in this first half. At the most, despite the stoppage time that we've had for the couple of injuries. Marlowe. And Mercer and Iro, the Kiwis, bringing him down. Henry Paul. Looking to glide through there. Christie. It's a chip over. And Gareth Stevens picks up for Leeds. That's good play from Stevens. Doing the job correctly there. The sweeping up job behind the first line of defence. Cummins. Spotted the gap. Went from acting half. Gary Rose puts that ball down. And there goes a hooter then for the end of the first half. Thoroughly entertaining first half in which Leeds have scored 4 tries to 1 but find themselves only 8 points to the good. It was Leeds that opened the try, scoring after only 2 minutes when Jim Fallon went over after good work from Hanley. And then Wakefield replied with a Conway penalty on 8 minutes when Hanley was simbing for holding down under the post. Schofield had a try on 13 minutes to make it 8 points to 2. And then Bell had a try after Holroyd's kick was charged down. Conway goal, it was 8 apiece. A penalty for Conway again on the 18th minute made it 8 points to 10 in favour of Wakefield, and Leeds looked to be struggling at that point, but they came up with 2 tries, one to Francis Cummins after great play from Richie Hayes. Holroyd converted, it was 14-10, and then on 38 minutes he tried to Alan Tate after Gareth Stevens got the ball away in a tackle, and Mike O'Neill handed on to Tate for him to score over. Too far out for Holroyd's conversion, and it's Leeds 18, Wakefield Trinity 10. Well, despite the offers from other people, I decided not to get dressed up as Santa Claus today, but I've got a little poser for you, which is my usual half-time one. It concerns Wakefield Trinity and Leeds. When Leeds went to Wakefield in the late 50s for Don Robinson, who was the Leeds player that went in return? Henry Paul, about to get this second half underway. I'll just give you the answer to my poser. The man who went from Leeds to Wakefield in exchange for Don Robinson was Fred Smith. And a great buy he decided to be for Wakefield Trinity. So Wakefield get the game started. Gary Mercer running out Leeds, leading by those 18 points to 10. And that's good running from Mercer, gets well over the 20 metres there. Fallon. Leeds using the short side, Mike O'Neill. Stevens had to reach for that ball. Brings Ayres on. Held for, shouts Colin Morris. Hanley has the ball now for Leeds. Hanley. Oh, Mercer goes without the ball. And Paul picks up for Wakefield. Billy Conway. Durham. Marlowe moving that ball out to Chippy Child, and Chippy Child slips there. So both sides making early handling errors in the early stage of the second half. Woods looks to go through Ayres' tackle there. Conway again, Wakefield moving that ball out. Paul, that's a long ball out to Christie. Christie gets inside Kevin Iro, straightening up now. Nowhere to go for Gary Christie. That's good defence from Leeds. Swarming defence. Fuller. And he runs himself there, Fuller, and he puts the kick in, and Alan Tate will watch that go dead. So Vasilakopoulos will tap this ball, and Kevin Iro will run. We'd like to once again thank our big match host today, Islanders UK and NSM and Tic Tac Toe, for their sponsorship of Leeds Rugby League Club, and we hope they've enjoyed their Boxing Day morning and afternoon with us today. So Vass spots the gap, goes himself from acting half. Stevens. Ayres. Ayres, he's got Tate inside him. Just ankle tap there as he went to. Allroyd. Ice up the bomb. That's a good bomb from Allroyd. Paul Round has it for Wakefield Trinity. And comes away. Oh, that's good running from Round. Didn't have the legs that he once had, Paul Round, at a time when he would have gone the length of the field there. Knock on by Henry Paul as he looked to move that ball away. Schofield went for the up click quickly there. The gap appeared and Paul went through it. So the first scrum of the second half, the first half penalties were 5-all and the scrums were 3-all, but Leeds took the one against the head. Stevens. Mercer now. Finds Iro. Coming. Was Fallon over there on that side there just as the ball was coming to him. Gary Rose. Again, Leeds made a habit this afternoon of trying out of nothing. There's a forward pass there from Stevens to Mike O'Neill. Allroyd now. Wakefield all caught offside. And it's the junior Kiwi, Henry Paul. So Wakefield will feel a little aggrieved with that. The pass from Mike O'Neill looked. So Vass with the tap, finds Schofield. O'Neill straightening up now. Vass trying to go himself there from acting half, who's well tackled, and Leeds at last get a line together there. Stevens now has the ball. Holroyd back to Stevens. And they had to take a difficult ball, and he did really well there. But Leeds have lost ground in that move. Mercer. Schofield, that's good play from Schofield. Looking to go himself. The gap just closing up as he went through. Tate spots the gap from acting half. Still going Tate. No support there for Alan Tate. No support at all as Tate turned round in the tackle. Mercer will drive himself, and he's short, and that's the last tackle, so it'll be the turnover. So Leeds spurning chances there. Leeds looking to move up quickly on Ian Marlowe. Woods pull down there. Conway now, what can he do with the ball? Finds Henry Paul. It's a lovely long ball out there to Christie. Christie's inside ball is for Andy Wilson. Andy Wilson comes out of Jim Fallon's tackle. And a penalty against Leeds there. Gary Rose adjudged to be the man. Said that Rose used his fist in the tackle. And Paul kicks for touch and finds touch. Dedham. Marlowe again, that's good driving from the Wakefield props there, taking play within 20 metres of the Leeds line. Conway. Conway's drop-offs for Paul. And Paul again has lost the ball in the tackle. Kenny Mercer. Finds Tate. Tate's looked good for Leeds today. Vass goes himself from acting half. Gary Rose. Lost that ball, Spencer. In possession for Wakefield Trinity, so both sides making errors as this second half gets underway. 47 minutes, and Leeds back in possession. Fallon. Fallon couldn't get round the outside there. Higher up, finds Stevens, the ball coming across the field. Holroyd. Oh, lovely ball there for Hayes. Oh, and Hayes put the ball inside there with Francis Cummings outside him, and a Wakefield player coming back picks up the ball. So that was a try there, begging for Leeds. Christie. Dedham. Oh, and spots a gap there, that's good play. Oh, and a great tackle by Tate, and it needed to be. Wilson. Oh, Wakefield now with men to spare. Henry Paul's put that ball down. Knock on, says the referee. Henry Paul not had the best of games so far this afternoon. He's disappointed with that. Great break from Fuller. No support for Fuller there. And Leeds get off there with the not conceding the try. Francis Cummings is in the line. He's knocked back there. Ido. Still going, trying to push off men over on that far side, sucking the defence over, so Leeds will move this ball across now. Mercer. Good running there from Gary Mercer again. Holroyd. A long balls for Schofield. Ayres again. Tate. He tripped up there, Alan Tate. And the referee seen nothing there, and Alan Tate tripped up. And you can hear what the crowd think about that. Holroyd puts up the bomb. Francis Cummins misses up. Child. The cover coming across and wrapping him up. It certainly looked like a trip on Alan Tate, and the crowd going absolutely berserk about that. Billy Conway finds Marlowe. Set Fallon away now. Good strong running from Fallon. Schofield. Shot balls from Mercer. Holroyd. Oh, and still getting the ball away. Tate. So the ball being thrown about at the moment like a red hot potato. Ido falls out for Fallon. Fallon, has he got the strength of going at the corner? Just tackle short there. Hanley's at acting half. In fact, it's Ido Hanley with him there. Ido looks to go himself. Just held back, thrown back there. Took through by Lowe's, who's back on the field. Andy Wilson. So Vasilakopoulos back off the field. Mike O'Neill picks up for Leeds. And a comedy of errors, and Leeds surely they must score now. A spurned chance after chance at the beginning of the second half. Schofield again. Oh, and used to meet a shot, Gary Schofield. Stevens. Comes across field looking for the drop off there. The Leeds have meant to spare if they take that ball on this near side. They've done just that with Ayres. Holroyd. Schofield again, and Wakefield Trinity defence. Magnificent scramble defence from Wakefield there. That looked to try all the way to Gary Schofield. And a penalty this time. Given against Wakefield. The referee says that Graham Holroyd will kick for touch, kick for goal, should I say, and just bringing that ball back. So Leeds look to get 2 points there when Gary Rose comes off Neil Harmon comes on. In a typical hard-working game, Gary Rose. The 53rd minute then, and Graham Holroyd has a chance to extend Leeds' lead even further. $18 points to 10. Holroyd, this is just about 20 metres in from the touchline side. Successful, slots that through, so it's 20 points to 10. $53 minutes then. Well, the referee, Steve Durham coming off, and Chris Bibb goes on. And we'll see what Gary Spencer's moving up into a different position. Chris Bibb at full back. Henry Paul. And that kick finds touch, so that's a good kick from the New Zealander. And Leeds will have head and ball at the scrummage just inside their own 20 metres. 54 minutes gone then. And Leeds 20 points to 10 to the good here. Broke the first line of defence there, Fallon. Neil Harmon. Hanley finds Ido. Offside there, but the knock-on will be given. Well, Kevin Ido just couldn't take that pass from Hanley. So we'll go to scrummage again. Just 40 metres from the Leeds line, and Conway feeds for Wakefield. Christie. Oh, Christie's away now. Is he going to score? I'm sure he will. Oh, got a great tackle from Francis Cummins. Henry Paul. The Leeds defending now on their own line. Well, again, Ellery Hanley finds time in the sin bin. And Wakefield will have a penalty. Well, 2 spells in the sin bin for the lead skipper this afternoon. So Wakefield will take the tap. Liam Marlowe is who's brought down just a couple of yards short from the line, and Wakefield pressing strongly now. Woods. Well, he's awarded a penalty try there, Colin Morris. What a disaster this game is having this morning. As that Leeds have stolen the ball in the tackle, and there was awarded the try under the post. So drama here as Wakefield get back into this game with a controversial try. Right under the post. And Conway's goal. 57 minutes, this will bring Wakefield to within just 4 points of Leeds. Conway slots it over. The Leeds a lot to do without their skipper Ellery Hanley. So Wakefield should have come back with a big onslaught now. And Colin Morris was in the correct position to see that. Wakefield looked to have been tackled and held up over the line. .57 minutes gone then. Wakefield 16, Leeds 20. Lloyd's kick-off. Finds Henry Paul. Look to step James Lowes there, but a good tackle from Neil Harmon. Spencer. 3 men drop on Gary Spencer. Conway. Round. Oh, a great tackle, crunching tackle from Richie Hayes there, and Francis Cummins just holding Child up. Conway again. Spencer. And Mike O'Neill brings him down. Henry Paul, dummy in there. And that was a great tackle on Woods. It's back to Conway for the kick. Jim Fallon it is who picks up for Leeds. And drives Fallon back inside his own 20 metres. Ido now. So this game, all the play for at the moment, just 4 points in it. As Leeds struggling desperately to get out of their own quarter. And losing ground there. Well, Leeds right back on their own line. Jim Fallon. And Leeds certainly rattled now as Wakefield looking to push Leeds back. O'Neill. That's good tackling. We're up to the last tackle now, so watch for the big charge down here. Allroyd kicks, splits the defence again. That sends Bibb scurrying back many a mile. That's a great kick from Allroyd. The Leeds are up quickly there. Good tackling from Francis Cummins. Schofield picked that ball up. He won't have the legs, Gary Schofield, just coming back from injury. Great play from Schofield. Quick thinking, Leeds back in possession. It's out for Mercer. Tate, short balls for Tate there. Tate held just 10 metres short now. Iro using his considerable bulk now, just 3 metres from the line, Leeds, with 3 tackles left. They must score here, Leeds. Schofield spills the ball there, knock on decided by the referee. Well, Leeds look to have a certain score there, look to have 4 or 5 men in the line. So Trinity now. Allroyd brings Child down. The Leeds defence coming back across now, Paul Round. Oh, and Wilson picks up and puts down, and Leeds have it now with Kevin Iro again. On both sides, trying to play football. Hammond looking round for support. Using that short side with Mike O'Neill. He's worked hard all afternoon, Mike O'Neill. And all morning and afternoon as we're now into the PM of this Boxing Day. Allroyd's short ball there is for Hayes. Well, the referee's not having a very good game. He's penalised Richie Hayes there for not getting up and playing the ball correctly. He's not endearing himself to the Leeds crowd this afternoon. And all you want from referees is consistency, and I'm sure that won't be the first time that so Wakefield then. Ian Marlowe up to halfway. Round. Henry Paul. Christie. Allroyd tackling him down. Wakefield coming up again with Henry Paul. Billy Conway. Spencer. Bibb. Into it again, finds Billy Conway. Billy Conway looks for that gap, goes himself. Iro's got the ball for Leeds. Well, I don't know how Kevin Iro got that ball. It all happened so quickly there. Tate. Mercer. And Leeds penned down in these 20 metres now. Harmon, that's good running from Neil Harmon. And a penalty there, pulled down in the tackle, says the referee. Well, 63 minutes gone then, just 17 minutes left of this pulsating end-to-end game. James Lowes taps the ball and finds Fallon. Fallon still trying to make ground in the tackle. Harmon. Lowes. So it was exactly a year ago here that Leeds really turned on the style in the second half against Castleford. But Wakefield tightened up their defence. They realise that they've got Leeds rattled. Schofield takes things into his own hands there. A lovely ball is for Ido. Ido's lost the ball. Yet again in the tackle. It looked dangerous there, Kevin Ido, and he's annoyed with himself for putting that ball down. Tackling to Wakefield, so Hanley again will come back on. Probably not in time to. Penalty awarded at the scrum. And Hanley's back on the field. Well, James Lowes, Colin Morris wants a word with him about something. Bitterly cold now, toes beginning to feel numb. So Paul kicks, 15 minutes remaining. Leeds could do with another score. Marlowe. And Hanley and Nares bringing him down. And that's a good tackle from Richie Hayes. Really involved this afternoon, Richie Hayes. Spencer. Drop off there for Woods. Woods charging onto Hanley. So here Marlowe was miles offside there at the play of the ball. The referee wanted to be finicky. Slater struggling there with Ido. Slater. That must be just about the last tackle. In fact, it is. That kick across there will come. It will roll dead as far as Leeds are concerned. I think Wakefield took the wrong option there. It looked as though that would have been back for the first tackle. James Lowes looked to knock on there. Gary Mercer. And he's been well policed this afternoon, Gary Mercer. Harmon. And again, Wakefield defence. Strong there, Mike O'Neill. There's been very few gaps for Leeds to exploit this afternoon. Stevens finds Hayes, but tacklers were up on Hayes as he got that ball there. Tate now, he'll run from Acton half. And he'll find the gap as well, Alan Tate, up to halfway, up to the last tackle now. Allroyd's at Acton half back. Oh, and he was interfered with there, Alan Tate. That's knocked on there by Billy Conway. And you can run all you like, Billy Conway, but you've got to come back for the knock-on. So Leeds will have the scrum. Allroyd running with that ball there instead of putting the kick in as Wakefield expected. Players back to full complement as Alright, fine Schofield, Ido running around there. It's for Fallon coming inside. Hanley finds Ido again. Ido finds Lowes. Allroyd just pushing men off there. Schofield. Good football, Leeds losing ground though. Stevens. Hanley. Take him in on his own, Hanley. Using that short side, Schofield now. Fallon, wrapped up by Andy Wilson, and we're up to the last tackle. And the oyster bomb. Rose has got the ball for Leeds. Finds Fallon now. Fallon puts a kick through. It goes into touch. So again, Leeds thwarted there on the line. Plenty of pressure, but nothing to show for it as we 69 minutes now. So, scrum to Wakefield, that's the 6th. And the 3rd of this half. Marlowe again. Well, surely he didn't play the ball correctly there. Fuller trying to move away. Woods. And good tackling from Leeds, from Harmon and from Mercer. Conway spots the gap, looks to go himself there, gets through the first line of defence. Gareth Stevens at his who brings him up. Oh, and he still gets the ball away, Bibb. Spencer. Finds Henry Paul. Alan Tate there did exactly the right thing. That's the cool professionalism of Alan Tate there. Just put his body between the ball and Henry Paul. So Leeds paid the price there for not bottling up Billy Conway. Iro. Mercer. Harmon. Good break from Neil Harmon now. Running his weight, Neil Harmon. That's good play. Stevens finds Holroyd. Oh, just too far there. That's good thinking by Graham Holroyd. $14,000. So Wakefield again, left head and ball at the scrum, and it's out this time to Bibb. 8 minutes left then. Henry Paul, and he's knocked down by Gareth Stevens. Marlowe. Conway goes from acting half. Certainly a live wire, Billy Conway. Of course, used to running from acting half, usually a hooker. Henry Paul. Andy Wilson. Knocks on there. So another Wakefield attack comes to nothing, and Leeds will have heading ball at the scrum. It's been that sort of game. Neil Harmon will come off and Gary Rose will come back on, I think. Neil Harmon done really well in his first match for some time. Fallon bringing that ball in field from the scrum. Holroyd quickly. Christie miles offside there. Holroyd will kick for touch, which puts Leeds back on the attack. We've had everything in this game. We've had a penalty try. We've had Ellery Hanley in the sin bin twice. Gary Rose back on the field, just struggling there, and 3-4 Wakefield men bringing him down. Mike O'Neill. It's going to take a piece of magic from one side or the other to win this game. Ayres. Oh, Ayres is away now. And Hayes there, absolutely great run, but Cummins outside him and took the opportunity to go himself. Great tackle there by Bibb. Hanley. Mercer leads, running the angles. Hanley back with that ball. Leeds losing ground. So Richie Hayes looked to score it all the way there. A great tackle by Bibb. But Hayes had Francis Cummins unmarked outside him. A try begging again for Leeds. So both sides missed out on tries that they should have taken. Mercer 10 metres from the line. Holroyd. Oh, and he's lost the ball over the line, Graham Holroyd. So again, Leeds spurning the chance. Great tackle from Wakefield. Holroyd injured in that skirmish, so he's just next to his feet. It's like his ankle that's injured. And Marlowe comes back. Goes off and it looks like Steve Durham coming back on. Holroyd looks in some considerable pain there. And gingerly gets to his feet. And Holroyd will try and run that one off. Conway quickly out of the scrum. Henry Paul. It's a long ball out there to Christie. He's got Andy Wilson outside him. Back inside Christie. And that's a good tackle there from Ellery Hanley. Durham. And Leeds will need to keep Wakefield pinned down here. They don't want Wakefield up that Leeds end of the field whatsoever. If they get the 2 points that are on offer this afternoon, Billy Conway. James Laws it is who brings him down. That's good tackling from Leeds. All round. Andy Mason. Child. Child not able to be brought into touch there. That's good play from Wakefield. Chris Bibb. It's a chip over. Francis Cummins picks up for Leeds, and that's safely in the arms of Francis Cummins. And Mason all over him there. In fact, it's not Mason, it's 14, Chris Bibb. Tate running across and well wrapped up, so Fallon will take this ball himself from acting half, and a great row coming up from the Wakefield supporters. That's a good drive out from Jim Fallon. Gary Rose. Switching play with Hanley. And again, good driving out from Ellery Hanley. We're up to the last tackle. Tate will put the kick in this time. Finds touch. So Graham Holroyd struggling with the ankle, and Vasilakopoulos will come on, so a bad time for Leeds to lose such an influential player as Graham Holroyd. Just and Alan Tate gets the Leeds Man of the Match award. I don't think many people would argue with that. Andy Mason for Wakefield. Could this be a last throw of the dice for them? Great tackle there by Iro. Bibb. Just 2 minutes on the official clock. Billy Conway. Ball round. Good tackle from Vasilakopoulos on round. Conway again. Henry Paul. Lost the ball again, Henry Paul, and Tate's picked up for Leeds. And has he got the legs, Alan Tate? Chris Bibb brings him down. Great tackle by Baby. Saved Wakefield twice in the last few minutes. Tate plays the ball, finds Gary Rose, and Gary Rose will just drive forward. Hanley. Oh, great run from Hanley. Schofield back at 6. Finds Mike O'Neill. Richie Hayes now. It's good driving from Richie Hayes. Same meters from that Wakefield Trinity line now. Trying now, the Leeds would certainly seal this game. A kick from Laws is fielded on the full from Wakefield. Andy Wilson. Push back there, Andy Wilson. And Leeds back in possession with Gareth Stevens. Kick through there. Tate picks up, Paul brings him down, but Tate's still up there and still on his feet. Had a tremendous game, Alan Tate. Hanley, much further run around, but sensibly wrapping that ball up, and there goes Oda. So Leeds get a result that they wanted here today. I'm sure it's not the difficult performance that will please the supporters, but the fact that Leeds have got the 2 points, Wakefield were always going to make this difficult. After that great win, I'm just, excuse me up here, but somebody's just collapsed on the gantry. It's the cameraman from the Micron Video. So Leeds then, Alan Tate the man of the match. And Leeds have come away with the 2 points. It was 18 points to 10 in half time, and there's only been the one penalty from Graham Allroyd in this second half to make the goal, to make it 20 points to 10. And then the penalty try from Wakefield Trinity after Leeds would have just stolen the ball over the line. Conway goal on 57 minutes, it was 20 points to 16, and despite both sides having plenty of pressure and burning chances, that's the way it stands. So it's Leeds 20, Wakefield Trinity 16. It's been very frustrating for you for the last few weeks.
Yeah, it has been. As I say, I've not missed a training session or a game over the last 6 or 7 weeks, and I think the most frustrating thing is to say when I've been down training, I haven't been able to do any sort of training for 5 weeks, and I started back last week and there's been no reaction, and I say just glad to get blow the cobwebs away today.
Do you find it hard coming back after such a long time out?
Not really, no. I say I've been trying to look after myself, and we've trained very hard over the last fortnight, because we've not had a game for 3 weeks, I believe, since Sheffield, which was on December the 5th. So we trained very hard, but you can't get match fitness unless you're playing first team football.
You must have been very impressed with the way the youngsters have stood in such hard times.
Yeah, they're class players, aren't they? But as I say, when you look at youngsters, you've got to make sure that you can't play 4 or 5 at a time, because they get burnt out. I know that myself by starting out as an 18-year-old, but the lads have stepped in very well, and it all looks good for the future for the lads. Yeah, and at first team level, do you think we've turned the corner now? Had a bad start to the season. Do you think we can go on from here? Well, we have, haven't we? And I say we haven't really had, not making excuses, but we've not had to bounce the ball, and injuries again haven't helped, have they? We've had 4 or 5. The major players out, but as I say, the young kids have done very well. But we'll take it week by week. We've got a very hard January coming up with Halifax, Warrington and Wigan, Hawkinson Rovers away, so we'll take it week by week and hopefully we can pick up the points. OK, Gary, all the best for yourself for 1994 and all the best for Leeds. Thanks, Stuart. Thanks a lot.
For your 2 points there, hard game?
Well, it was a hard game, but I thought at one stage we could have gone away with it. I mean, I've never seen a game with so many. It must have been frustrating for the Speckies. I mean, all the lads were going mad. I'm going mad myself. I just feel like I could kick the dog.
Yeah, 4 tries to 2. I think that was a fair reflection, and one of theirs was a bit dubious, the penalty try.
Well, it wasn't that when we looked like going away. There was like so many. I mean, the scrums, the old stoppage of the scrums must have took some 70, 80 minutes out of the game. Barmy. We all knew he was getting the ball.
So you're happy virtually with the way the team's going at the moment?
You never be happy till like you're going as well as Wigan are all the time, When like you've got everything cracked, and I'm happy the way like Cummings just played today. So that's another one with. mean, that for me, he'd have been a man of the match. 2 tries, saved 1. Would have had 3 if Richie hadn't put the blinkers on.
I thought that Alan Tate played particularly well this afternoon.
He did play well, yeah, but I thought my man of the match has been Cummings. Did nothing wrong, kid did everything right.
So as we're approaching the cup deadline, Dougie, any chance of any signings, anything in the pipeline?
There's always things in the pipeline, there's always irons in the fire, as you know. And my policy is if I get a signing, then announce it. I don't want to mislead spectators and everybody else and make my job harder. It's like there'll be other people watching this from other clubs saying Dougie's coming to buy him, you know, so...
And as we go into the new year, can you see anybody about to topple Wigan in the next couple of years?
Well, the problem with Wigan is that for some 10 years now they've been doing everything right. They mop up, I mean, they've got about 8 or 9 of their own bred ones as well. They go and buy what they want when they want it. They're probably churning over more money than any other rugby league club. They're having the added bonus of going to Wembley on a regular basis in the league, which probably gives them another £500,000 revenue than other clubs. So the answer to your question is, it will be difficult.
OK, well, I'm sure you'll be trying hard, and all the best for the new year.
Yeah, but tall trees never reach the sky. All the best to you.
Thank you.